Hello everyone, Wise Guy Jesse here, and today I am on Guild Wars. I just jumped on and I left off at this place, and everybody started saying in chat that when KQ, which is the Kraken Queen or whatever it is called. So in order for it to spawn, there are 4 settlements. Like this place there, I haven't explored into it yet. I just jumped on here yesterday, moved to this waypoint so I could waypoint in and out of here easier. But there's 4 different places, one here, one there, and one back here. You have to have all 4 of them captured for the queen to spawn. And each one has like every 15 minutes or something like that, something happens to interrupt the whole step to it for it to spawn. They get attacked by monsters and stuff. And so you have to kind of go through it really fast. So this event, this is the only major event that's not a dragon, if I remember correctly. And I don't think I should probably be going through this way. Oh, wait, okay. So say, if they didn't take this camp up here, they would have been swarming with a whole bunch of monsters and stuff. So yeah, once I started recording and stuff like that, right now while I'm recording, it gets a little bit laggy and stuff.
You seem competent.
Where's the ancient sapling? I need some of that
could use
ancient
your
wood.
help dealing with a troubling
What the hell?
issue that's arisen.
So it's already somewhat laggy. In this event, the Kraken Queen thing, it draws a good bit of people to it, so there's gonna be tons of people. Oh boy, I can already hear the noises of something going on. It's probably everybody waiting. Most of the time it seems people want to, instead of actually participating in the capturing events, what everybody does is they all just stand right here and they expect everybody else to do the events for them. I'm gonna check some real fast. Okay. Looks like the commander here is taking on the last place down there. It's just up around the corner. I could kind of see where I'd be turning. It's right up there. But I don't plan on running up that way, because by the time I get there, I'm assuming the event will probably be over. When I first jumped on, I went AFK for a second to look something up, and when I jumped back on, that's when I started seeing all that stuff in chat about the KQ, and so it could have been somewhat far away. And I said, did that thing hit me from way back there? I don't know, something hit me from back over that way. Anyways, okay, Kraken Queen. So you can see Kraken Queen spawns in multiple different spots. I believe it's supposed to spawn where the last event took place at most of the time. And maybe it's random, I don't know, there's 4 different spots that spawn at. Either way, if you never take on these Kraken monster things, yeah, they're kind of a pain. They have the whole ability where they keep on shifting their legs around, and their legs are supposed to be impenetrable. So what happens is it just ends up making it so it blocks half your attacks or something. And so the lag begins. There's a whole bunch of people around here, but you can't see any of them. Or at least I can't, I don't know. You keep on seeing it keeps showing evade up because it's able to block all my attacks. And then it does that where it rolls and just crushes everybody. And I believe that was some kind of explosion that's launching off. Looks like I'm out of range. Okay. So if you never face one of these guys, there's another thing also that shows up that is a really big pain, and you're about to find out. I guess I wait till it happens. The good thing about standing over here is I'm not with the major part of the crowd, so that thing's not coming after me. Okay, so you can see like health drops down pretty decently. There's a lot of people here. So, yep, there's the health. But surprise, it just broke out the outer shell and it's still alive. So I mean, it's still pretty easy to kill and stuff, but it's as if it has a second life and it's supposed to gain like swiftness, all that stuff. And so now the treasure chest spawns. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this giant thing. So we'll grab all that crap out of there. And there's a veteran, one of them. Veteran Krakens, which they're relatively easy to take on. So you can see again, the whole shell breaks off. It has a second life, but this time it has like regeneration and stability and all that stuff. You go around and they do a whole Kraken farm thing. I didn't do enough damage to be able to loot it, I don't think. Let's hope I click that. Yeah, it doesn't look like I did enough damage to get any loot out of it, but they drop that one Kraka shell or Kraken shell thing, whatever it is. Crack, I guess, I don't know. I call them Kraken and stuff like that. But he drops those are a decent price. What's this? Looks relatively useful. Settler stuff. I'll have to go check it out. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm really low on armor smith here. I'll have to train. Where's it? Okay, count bound. Okay, make sure it wasn't soul bound, cause that would have been a pain. So I might as well go ahead and open those up. They're noisy little things, aren't they? So go through. No, you don't want to break that. I don't care for that.
Go ahead, hit me.
And go ahead and finish those up. And the second thing I could do here is the best time to do this is right after the Kraken Queen's killed. There's throughout this island there's a bunch of like people out here you'll see, and they're gonna be called what was it, Sun or South Sun, like economists or something like that. And they're scattered throughout the island. And
Talk to me.
normally they don't sell like just sell normal weapons, but once the event is over, then they start to sell all these different items, like all these weapons here, which if I remember correctly, I think they said there's I don't know, maybe I was reading something else. Must have been, yeah, I could swear he said something about you'd be able to find like a special item here, but I just know that they have these will they only start selling these items once all the events are done. If the events aren't done on the island, all the things are captured, then these things are just gonna be plain items with like no value to them, I guess. Like really crappy item kind of thing. So there's that. Seeing how the event's over, I think a lot of people will probably leave, so the lag probably won't be super bad. But then again, a lot of people seem like to go AFK right when one of those goes off.
Adrenaline rising. For great justice. Adrenaline surging. Ready to unleash.
There we go, we got a Kraken shell. Um, I know one of the places that, um, I'm gonna go ahead and start turning around here. These things are real pains to go against on your own. So normally they have a whole like farming train thing go through here,
I'm stuck.
and that farming train will end up taking these people on and stuff. Because I know just the young Kraken things, they hit really hard because they have some things like a machine gun as well. It reminds me of, it just smacks you with a whole bunch of things really fast. Those little young ones, so they're complete pains to go near. So I try to avoid them. But I figure I might as well run through here, try to grab some waypoints and stuff, and get through here. Cause the island, most of the waypoints when those events go up, they don't work. So you have to start from the very beginning. But if no one, like really travels island except for that boss thing, then they won't realize that there's actually a waypoint back here. And I don't believe this one's ever like really contested. So go ahead, run back here, grab this, and so then when things are done,
Almost ready.
something goes on and I can't get to some other ones. This one is somewhat easier
Gaining
because I
adrenaline.
mean it's kind of like a midpoint to them. I don't know if people pay much attention like Explore Island know, but up this direction there's like this giant like it's like one spiral shaped ramp, and when we get to the top of it, there's a champion Kraken up there, but I've never really faced it, and I never found a group of people to face it with me because I don't know what their whole problem was. I just know at one time someone's like mentioned in chat saying, "Oh, you guys do know that there's a champion Kraken up at the one top of that ramp," and they were all, everybody's like, "Well, we're not facing them and stuff," and everybody was like saying how it's go mess up something. I don't know if it was the spawning of some kind of monster they wanted to fight or something. I just know they were complaining about that. I think most of the people were just BSing it, because I don't see how killing it would screw up the spawning of the others. Anyways, if you go over here, you can actually grab weapons, and these actually are somewhat nice facing them because the one Krakens, how they end up, since they could dodge things like this, how you can see it sprays for a couple of seconds, so then they will undodge in the middle of that, so they will get hit. And I'm trying to remember, I think one of these, yeah, well, maybe not. I thought there was like one of these where it would cause like explosions if it was to hit another one. Oh yeah, it causes an explosion if the target is poisoned. So you're supposed to spray this or toss it on the ground. Then you spray this, and that will end up causing explosions to do more damage. So that's kind of useful. Also, how you go over to these people, turn into a Kraken, like a young Kraken is what that is. It's kind of a nice little thing, especially if you have like a crap ton of karma that you don't have anything to really spend it on. And you have the ancient Kraken shell, which you use that to go and craft, I can't remember what it's called on top of my head, but there's one of those you have to craft, you can craft with So yeah, that was this event. I guess I just jumped on a lucky moment, and it happened to be going on. And you can see like all the places are up again. If I try to remember, this island, it's not like other places where on the map how they'll say, okay, this place has like only this many waypoints. This place isn't like that and stuff. And I feel like as if the waypoints don't count towards map completion or something here. Maybe they do. I just know that they don't really like show up towards or maybe I don't know honestly, because I when I did map completion on my first character, and I ended up going here and getting all the places here first, and before I finish up the whole thing, and like once I got all the waypoints and stuff, I was still discovering more, even though it showed I had like the 512 out of 512. I was still getting some, so that was kind of confusing. But if I remember correctly, there's a waypoint over here. I'm not sure if there's one there. I don't believe there's one there. I know for sure there's one there and there's one over there. And that might be all. I think this place only has 5 waypoints. And there's like, you can see like there's points of interest around here. And throughout the place. But I'm still not sure if any of those are, what's the thing wrong? Oh, secure all the points again. Yeah, they show that you could secure them all. But right now it's not going to spawn them. Like, it'll show up a message saying secure all those waypoints in order for the queen to spawn. And as you can see, it's not showing up. And so, do I have that waypoint? No, I do not. Ah, crap. I possibly could make it though. Let's see. I might be able to squeeze in one of the not world events. One of the, I guess it's a big event thing, but not considered a world event. And it's the jungle worm. Assuming that no one does this whole trick thing where they found out that one of the, if you're a Zorian, little like they look like mouse, like little mice people, they end up they could have a special ability to summon a golem to help fight with them. And people found out that if you run up into the jungle worm and you were to, oh crap, I have to run down there. Okay, but anyways, if you go up to the jungle worm and you spawn them in the middle of the jungle worm,
Strong.
it just instantly kills the jungle worm. And so people have found that you can do that, and so now everybody likes to go up and just instantly kill this jungle worm over and over again. I'm running down here assuming that I can make it through that little area, but if not, actually I might as well just run up here. Yeah, I don't think there's a way through there. Looks like there's a cliff in the way. This just means it's going to be more running for me when I get through. Because I think the other side actually has like a cliff side that sticks out and I have to run around in a giant loop. But I have a feeling I probably won't make it because that waypoint was set a while ago. But they have, yeah, this is the kind of the big boss train is what they call it, I believe. Everybody just joins up and they start following each other around, going against all the one world bosses in a certain order. So I kind of wish that I would have remembered the whole order to it, because I only partly paid attention to them most of the time. I just waited till someone said it in chat, and then I'd go through them. And who knows, the order might have switched up with the update they had not too long ago with the I keep on saying keep forgetting the update ended up switching around like bosses, so they actually had a certain time. Okay, I see commanders there, so that's a good sign. I want to take a detour through the watery area.
An unfamiliar place.
Looks like I could cut right through there. I don't know. It's like seeing how those guys are really close. That means that most likely the event's up right now and they're fighting it. Or I don't know. Some people on here, they seem to all like to flock towards commander. So if one commander puts his tag up, it's likely that other commander will swarm over to him and just hover around him.
More to explore.
Oh, I see the chest. Okay, so event's no longer up. but I can go and I can grab the waypoints this time, and so next time I can go here much faster, and that should help out. Shake waypoint. Oh. Well, actually, you see this? Jormag in 5 minutes. Jormag is one of the major dragons, so this episode, I guess I could actually squeeze in 2 bosses, like major boss things or whatever they're called. World bosses. I could squeeze in 2 of those. So this is, I guess, good timing. I swear that when I saw the updates, they were saying that each thing had like set times where they're going to show up like every 2 hours between, or I guess not every 2 hours, but I mean there's 2-hour breaks in between each of the one bosses and stuff to try to kind of prevent them doing this whole fighting or having the whole karma train thing going. But you kind of see there's the giant worm right there, so you could kind of see the size of him. You see all the people are still here. Yeah, so you can see he's a giant worm. There's his mouth. Funny thing is you could actually walk into him. So it looks like you got ate by him. I might as well go ahead and just travel up here. So this boss right here, Jormag. Some bosses like the Kraka Queen, you have to have a event go on before the dragon spawns. In some cases, you have to have like so many people sitting around and waiting for it. Other cases, other things will go on. So like right now, you can see, the sky is calm. Jormag's lieutenant is or has been driven from Frostcourt Sound, which does remind me, the dragon is actually Jormag's lieutenant because Jormag is, I think, like a dragon or something like that, and instead of showing up himself and have the chance of being defeated, it's basically a spawn of him. He's made basically some guy take his place to fight, I guess. I don't know, I don't really pay attention.
Buster.
Okay, so this is where you kind of wait at. If you've never really been to this event before, what happens is that when kind of a blue colored ice area is where Jormag's lieutenant lands. I don't know if it's just me or if that area is like highlighting. But anyways, he starts the fight there, and after you do so much damage, so much damage, he flies up into the sky and he kind of circles around and he lands again. They start shooting him. Takes off again, and after you do so much damage, he flies and he like smashes into, I believe it's that big mountain there, and then he slams into the ground over here, and that's where the final battle's at. And it's just a whole bunch of chaos. It's like the machines that is, or not machines, but he starts spawning like giant corrupt ice crystals, and a whole bunch of things are spawning from those, and they're spawning all along this cliffside, and you're just getting hammered from all sides from a whole bunch of things, and it's just a giant mess. So it'll probably be a good bit of lag. So okay, I'm trying to see what chat's saying. I don't know, someone's saying like 9 minutes or something.
Duty calls. I have answered.
Okay, so I guess it's like 6 minutes of a wait, which shouldn't be a problem at all. Someone put a black line merchant there, which is somewhat weird. Because I mean, there's a merchant right there, and you could even run up that side right there, and there's a merchant right there, which doesn't make much sense to me why they didn't put a merchant here, but over there they did. And while I'm waiting, I will grab this ancient sapling. And then I get hidden treasure. If only this hidden treasure would actually be
Nice
a
gear.
better item than what it was. Alright, so I'll scrap that down. Now we'll move this down there.
I have answered.
Move all that crap over.
Excuse me?
Buy one of those. Now you have like these events right here. Most of the time when people show up, what they're all really going for is, besides the whole gain golden experience from the event, and sometimes the events you have to take on certain things to unlock the skills along here.
Duty calls.
And I don't think this one requires a skill thing, but besides doing those, people are here for the loot, and a good way to get a lot of loot from things like this
Valor.
is to go off and have high magic find. So I mean, like, if someone drops like a hero banner around here, which gives like a whole bunch of different stats to it, which it is free for turn if hero politics. Okay, so heroes banner, you can see gives a whole bunch of like stats to things, but it's like a 30-minute thing. I think the other ones last longer, don't they? Oh, I guess those are 30 minutes also, but I mean, it doesn't take 30 minutes to take on this guy. But you can see it gives like 15 magic find there, which is kind of nice stuff. But then again, I don't think many people are going to waste their time on that. So what I can do is, since I'm the whole leader of my guild, I could do what I want, and I could drop down one of those on my own. I'll just add one of those up. Everybody's gonna be level magic fine. Yeah, you can see people running over to it because they want good loot for this thing. Assuming when it gets a little closer to time, I will probably drop down that food. For it, it's one of the things where food I don't normally, I don't know, I might not just drop it down and stuff, and just stick with the banner. It's probably good, or I don't want to drop down the food so much because, I mean, I could go along with the whole train thing, but this person I haven't done much exploring with, and if I remember correctly, actually, I think the next place is like right here, because you go against the Hydra Queen, which I mean I could go here and swim over, take on the Hydra Queen, but having that banner there is good enough for me, kind of thing. It's an over 10 magic find, so I have 129 now. Or if I remember correctly, you can max it out to like 300 magic find, but then I mean you could still add on, I think, these to it and still get more. Maybe not. Okay,
Some must fight.
so here goes. So now these giant crystals are landing. You can see kind of like the explosions off in the distance.
Hold the line. We yield no ground.
You can see all the things start spawning, and it's all because of the dragon crystal. Now there's like 4 of them, and all 4 have to be destroyed until within 15 minutes, but I mean there's so many people here that there's no worry about it. And normally I don't get killed at this part. What's going to happen is, up ahead, there's going to be a part where a whole bunch of things like this, all these things are here. It's nothing compared to what's going to happen soon. When everything starts breaking loose, like all hell breaks loose, it's things left and right. You're getting smacked from all sides. There's going to be like champions and elites and veterans showing up, and they hit really hard. And the most feared one, if I remember correctly, is the
Back on the gun.
veteran, or no, champion ice brood wolf, because that thing, when he hits, I've seen him he hit me one time doing over 20,000 damage in one hit as some kind of leap thing. But I mean, then again, I was on my thief when I did this, and my thief had like no armor, so it's very likely that that was wrong. It looks like someone dropped a karma banner. Might as well go ahead and grab that. They have, so now, is there another crystal up? No. Right now it's just like the waiting game. Okay, so you can see the shooting up in there, and there goes a wing of them. Oh no, that's, he launched off that crystal thing. And you have to target the crystal, at least I do, or else I'm just going to be shooting the monsters all around the sides of it and be missing it. So this is like a bigger crystal and it takes a little bit more damage. You see people are already getting down because there's the champion, Ice Brute Elementalist, and I saw the elite. I think those are normal ones right there. Those things hit pretty hard. And what's going to happen is, in this event, you're going to notice that people split off into, crap, don't let that thing get near me. Yeah, you're going to split off into 2 different groups when this is done and the one guy starts to show up. Crap. Gotta jump around. Okay, so, see that thing's done. And now we've successfully lured him out, so he's going to be sending out his dragon. 2 groups are going to be,
You'll be coming over those mountains any second now.
the 2 groups are going to be, one group stands up along here, I guess what they say, protecting the cannons, but I don't think you really have to do that. The other group stands right up here with rocket launchers and stuff from this, and you can see people are gathering on this because these buckets, once the guy lands, he drops the one that thinks, oh, I think that was a wing again. I keep on swearing I see a wing, but I don't think he's supposed to fly so far out. Okay, there he is. So everybody goes on. Yeah, fear. He'll spam that thing.
Don't go after it unequipped. The guns and grenades are here. Hey, shit.
Yeah, this is basically what you do. You sit there and you're spamming that. The only reason you stand over here is, as you saw, those ice things shoot down the side, and they will throw you all the way to the beginning. Each ice thing that smacks you does a lot of damage. And so, yeah, the group that stands back here to the very back, I guess they're right here now. That group, big ol' like ice crystals smack back there. So I think part of the reason they like to stand back there is there's champions and veterans and things like that who are going to spawn, and you could get loot from them. goes that smacking us again. You can see we have 30 minutes to take this guy out. This is just the corrupt shield. Once the corrupt shield's down, you're able to go in there and you can take on the actual dragon. So help heal that guy up. This is what the whole stacking group thing is also for. Everybody's so close together that when something happens, you can go and you can heal each other up really fast. And you can hear people shouting great justice and stuff. They're using this shot right here. I'm assuming they have the same setup as me where it heals when it hits them. So shield's about to go down. Okay. And so, one thing that not a lot of people do is, you can see everybody runs to that leg right there, but there's a spot like right here, where, yeah, they're saying double damage here, where the area of range for their feet, it's big enough that it connects both right here, so you could do a lot more damage here. And so once you lose, like, the area is still there, but it's not double damage, but you could still sit here and you spam away. The thing is, you stay here too long, and he's going to land, and when he lands, he kills you. It's actually an achievement thing.
Don't take your eyes off of it.
And so I'm going back down here to re-grab my Charzuka. I'll make my way back up here. And we all sit here and we all start shooting again to break down the shield. See people dropping down the mortars. That's actually a good tactic from engineers, because the mortar, whoever jumps on that mortar is given stability, so no matter like what he does, like shooting fear and all that stuff at you, it still will be giving you stability, and so you won't get like shaken off of it. And that was what happens when that ice shield thing actually hits you. Good thing for me is I have two of these like break stun things, so when fear hits me I could kind of get it shaken off of it.
Almost ready.
Too bad that shake it off only works on 5 people. Get those revised. And I'm starting to lag, so like when I hit to have stability and stuff, it doesn't get there in time. I got daily reviver done. Speaking of the dailies, I'm gonna have dailies reset in like 20 minutes.
Stand your ground. For great justice.
And some people don't have the whole regen like I have set on myself. And I forget that, so whenever I do shots, it's healing them up. That's probably why so many people are dying. Because they're not regening their health.
For great justice.
Man, you just keep on dying all around. I feel like this would be a great event to have that banner forget what it's called. There's a elite skill that's a banner that
Shake it off.
the elite banner ends up anyone who's in a down state without being completely killed will be revived.
Armor in hand.
Rolls down. Strike now while it's stunned.
My adrenaline is rising.
See, his health are already almost halfway. It's only been like 7 minutes. Since people are starting to notice the whole double hit thing, it takes him out much more. I think that what happens is I think most dragons actually have this whole weak spot. I know this one and Shatter has it.
Much harder.
It's a quote. I don't ever get close enough to him to see effect because he hits really hard and he has like shockwaves.
Bring it down.
You see, he's saying that it's Kane's been adjusted, so there's no point of grabbing that bazooka. We missed him slamming into that, and so now he's crashed over there. It has like 19 minutes.
Time
Those
to see
golems
who's
moving.
really king of the
Let's
hill.
see if it likes the taste of explosives.
Yeah.
Use
So
the
now this
terrain to
part,
our advantage.
you have to
Protect the
golems are going to show up with bombs, and they're going to start to walk that way down there. So they have this giant pathway they have to go through. You can see a lot of people are grabbing these, which is a giant flamethrower. And flamethrowers are for giant ice spikes that are gonna be like showing up around here. This part is really annoying because he shoots this ice breath thing.
Strike now while it's stunned.
Just said to strike now. So I'm assuming it's safe to go in. This part I don't believe has a double hit area. But it gets really annoying because he has this ice breath. And that ice breath will just destroy you. It hits you and you just start destroys all your health. And so I'm running away right now because that stuff when it hits hard.
Watch the legends.
For great justice.
Strike it off. Rain and ice.
You see I'm losing what is that? I can't see exact amounts because of the region and it's somewhat lagging.
Icy embrace.
But I just know a whole bunch is getting lost.
Time to do some real damage.
There's one of those ice spikes, ice pillars I guess what it's called. They end up blocking the golem. So people are going to be around this golem trying to break down all the ice because I think a couple golems have to make it to him and hit him in order for it to work. But there's a pillar right there in front of him. And it looks like he hit it. But you see it's kind of complete madness, and one of the best areas is like right here where everybody's stacked up. Normally they have a couple engineers toss out the healing turns like there is right there. So you get a whole bunch of regen stacking up on you if you're one of the lucky people that's being targeted by it. There's that champion iceberg wolf. It is a complete pain. And since he's a champion, he's immune to being like knocked back and stuff. And he's right there in the middle of the crowd, so like people are kind of panicking and scattering. You can see people are scattering away from him because it's one of those things where it needs to be dealt with, but it's such a pain to do that no one wants to go near it.
For great justice. Element of the near me.
Stand your ground.
Oh man, there's that ice breath stuff. Such a pain.
Time to do some real damage.
Watch the legends.
battle zone, and it's impossible to dodge. I think the whole ice breath stuff. I've sat there and I've tried to dodge it many times, and it doesn't work. The whole key to us is you have to know when to run away. Normally when I hear that growl, I just run away, because that normally means death's about to hit you if you don't leave. And I forgot that since this is like an event thing, you could actually zoom out really far. And so this is kind of nice to be able to zoom out, because now you can kind of get a better view of the area. I mean, if I'm going to go ahead and have lag and stuff, I might as well get the full view of what's giving me all the lag. And so you can see all the monsters all along the edges. They're all shooting down, so there's projectiles all over the place, causing a lot of lag. I'm zoomed out far enough that I'm just like a little speck on the screen.
I could outrun a centaur.
Let's see. Yeah, people down here trying to like walk the golem to it. You see all these people being downed. You need to go up and you have to revive them pretty fast. And the closer to the front they are, the more of a pain it is to go revive them, because those ice blasts are hitting you. You see those battle standard being tossed on the ground. Those are from the warriors. We'll toss mine up now too, because I know that at some point I'm gonna probably end up needing it, especially at the rate of you see all these people falling down real fast. If I see another group of like 10 or more people down, I'll have to toss one down to revive them. Here you see, like, the guy's about to die.
Obey me.
Okay, well done. This should be the last hit we need. We could drop him pretty fast. This is gonna be kind of iffy though, because I've noticed a lot of time we'll have just a little bit of health left, and he'll be right there about to attack again, and we just keep him going. So let's see what we got this time. It looks like what I figured it'd be a whole bunch of just
Feel the fury.
where these masterworks. One of the things I've been kind of messing around with was the oh crap, more Dragonite. There's Dragonites used for making those ascended weapons, but like right now I'm not working on making ascended weapons, so I just keep on grabbing it and then throwing it all out. I'm assuming one of the things that'll probably be happening next is like Hydra Queen or something. But I don't really care for Hydra Queen. Go ahead and scrap those two. And I could go up to this guy up here and sell those things. You'd think you could sell them on the black Lion Gate market thing,
Knowledge is illusion.
but no one wants them stuff. They're just not that good of an item, I guess. So no one ever wants to buy them. So when you go to look to sell them, the offers are like really low. But anyways, so yeah, we got 2 of those bosses done, and I end up doing basically the majority of that with only one hand, because the dog heard me talking and thought I was trying to talk to him, and so he was hovering over me and wanted pet. So I have dog hair all across my laptop now, which is gonna be really, really lovely and pain to clean. But yeah, so we got those two bosses down. I'll have to look up sometime when the shatter will go on, because I thought these things were supposed to have like times that were like kind of like certain times where they're supposed to show up, but it seems like it still might be somewhat random, because I don't remember 11 o'clock and stuff like that being time. I thought everything was like going by twos at like 12 and like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and back to 12 again, and just redo that over and over again.
I have answered.
So yeah, so we got two of those down. I'm going to go and, like I said, look up Shatter. Also look up the Tucult to see when he will be up. He's the one that's extreme pain, and I don't think anyone's ever really beat him. I mean, people have beat him before, but it's extreme pain. I think they give him like a whole bunch of buffs and stuff like that. And so I just know that when people show up to it, what they do is a lot of people try to do they taxi their way in, which is if you have a friend that's on a server with a couple of commanders ready to fight them, you invite your friend to your group, and then you can say join that server, and you could join in even if the server is full. I believe you could still join in, and so you could really pack the server full of a bunch of people. But I've actually been in an area where people were doing that, and even with a whole bunch of people, it still failed. Like, I think part of the reason is
I'm interested in how this
there's
of yours guides
turrets set up, and the turrets are a very, very major part of whether you win or fail, because he starts growing like really thick armor on him and stuff, and it becomes a real pain to kill. And so if the turrets are the only thing that could like penetrate the armor. Well, if the turrets aren't shooting that and breaking the armor, and he reaches the, I don't know, it's like 25 or something, then this giant wall shows him from, kind of like the Jormag's ice wall. Only his wall is a bone thing because he's an undead dragon thing. And what happens is, when that shows up, then you have to go and break that down. Breaking that down just gives him time to slowly, like, kind of, he just sits there and just keeps attacking basically and breaks everything down. And there's tons of undead monsters attacking all the turrets. What happens is everybody's so interested in attacking the guy that they leave no one on defense of the turrets. And so I'm always jumped on defense because I know if I don't, no one else really will. And what happens is the defense turret people, there's, I'm trying to remember exact number, I think it's like 8 or 10 turns, and there will be, I don't know, like maybe 2 people defending each turret is what they normally have it at. The problem is the beach is getting stormed by like champions and elites and stuff, things that would take maybe 4 to 5 people to take on. And so then everybody stops defending one area to go to that next, or to take on that thing. So then the other side gets swarmed by a whole bunch of monsters, and then they're getting killed from all sides, and it's just a giant mess. And no one ever wants to defend. And if you say, hey, we need more defenders, no one walks up to you. And I've even seen times where we're saying we're low on defenders, and then the defenders will even leave to go up beside the dragon. And I feel like it doesn't really make much sense, because the dragon's able to send like shockwaves of like water, and it just knock you down and it hurt, do a good bit of damage. If you get caught in one of those, it'll push you along for a while, and it's just a pain. So that one, not going to win. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. And I guess I will see you guys next episode for whether dragon or boss or whatever seems to try to stand in our path. So, goodbye.